So, you want to play Barbarian Assault, but it's intimidating and confusing. Well, I have level 5 in every role, so I'll break it down for you. On screen now are the time codes for each topic I'll be talking about. Feel free to skip through if you're after a certain thing. So, to reach Barbarian Assault for the first time, by far the easiest way is the second option on the game's necklace, Barbarian Assault. The minigame is found here on the map, so if you want to get creative, you can find your own way here. But once you come here for the first time, you're going to want to speak to Captain Big Boy and press tutorial. You're going to have to click through all the options, and once all menu pieces are highlighted green, you can now access the minigame. But more importantly, can now use the minigame teleport Barbarian Assault to quickly and easily teleport here. In this building, you'll find a bank chest and a whiteboard, along with Captain Big Boy and Commander Trade Boy. The bank chest is where you can access your bank. The whiteboard is for checking your current level and points in each role, while Commander Trade Boy is where you receive your rewards. Now, to actually play the minigame, you're going to need to be on World 306, the official Barbarian Assault world. And you're going to climb down the ladder, walk to the very end, turn left and enter in Wave 1. Here, you're going to spam what role you want to do until someone notices you. If for any reason someone disconnects or leaves, you're going to want to come back to Wave 1, right click on the doorway and press Reset. This will put you back at Wave 1, ready to start again. Attack. Attack is considered by most as the easiest role. The best gear setup for this role is to have full void with a magic shortbow, but if you don't have void, your current best melee gear is also viable. If you're going the melee route, you're going to need a weapon that has all attack options, so no whip. When you spawn in the map, if you have a ranged weapon, you're going to want to first run to the red dispenser and grab arrows. If you have a melee weapon, don't worry. You are then going to want to stick to the left wall and run west of this cannon. This is so you don't interfere with the healer and defender. From here, you're going to want to target the rangers first, as they will be your biggest enemy, and then attack the other ones. And then attack the fighters. The main importance here is to remain on the left side of the map to not make things harder for the healer, because the healer has the worst role in my opinion, so be kind to them. But here we have the horn, which will be used in every role. Every 30 seconds, the egg that the collector needs to collect will switch, and it is your job as the attacker to tell them as soon as possible. You can do this by right-clicking the horn in your inventory. You can see which egg is needed by looking in the top right corner of the map. If the collector picks up the wrong egg, the entire team will lose points. The collector will also be telling you every 30 seconds what attack style to use. It is important to use the correct attack style. Every hit with the wrong style will lose the entire team points. For this purpose, I like to turn auto retaliate off, and as the 30-second mark reaches, I'll click away from the monsters and wait for the call. Healer. Welcome to the worst role in the team, the healer. So when you spawn in the room, you're going to want to go to the green dispenser to acquire a full inventory of supplies. The defender will call which supply to use. You will then tell the defender which bait to use. Every 30 seconds, remember to call. So the first part of your role is to poison these weird gangly boys. I recommend applying 3 poisons to each gangly boy at the start of the round. If the attacker and collector have stayed out of your way, then you should have all your gangly boys remain within a fairly small section of the map. However, if the attacker and collector did not stay out of your way, then they could be anywhere, so good luck suffering. The other part of your role comes in later rounds, where you will need to heal your fellow teammates. Here, you dip your Healy bucket in the green pool at the beginning of the map, and use it on each member of the team to heal them. At low levels, this can be quite stressful, so it is recommended on the later rounds to have 2 healers on the team. Collector. With Collector, you're the least important member of the team. As you spawn into the world, make sure to follow the left wall and remain west of the western cannon as to not disturb the healer and defender. Every 30 seconds, make sure that the attackers know which attack style to use, as this is where the team lose most of their points. Outside of that, you have eggs to collect. The blue eggs are pointless, never pick them up. In fact, using them can sometimes softlock the game, so really never pick them up. You have the green eggs, which can be used to poison, helpful for aiding in the healer but still fairly pointless. And then you have the red eggs, which can be used to damage. These ones are alright to help out if another member of the team is struggling with their role, such as the defender unable to contain the runners. To use the eggs, you click on the cannon and choose a target. Any role can do this. Don't tell the other high level Barb Assault players I said this, but as collector you can basically sit there, wait and just call. That's essentially all you need to do. Defender. Now Defender is my favourite role. It can be done well and be the easiest role in the team, or it can be done very poorly and be the sole reason your team took an extra 15 minutes. So there are 100 different ways to this role, but the main gist is you're going to want to bait runners to the traps so that they die. The way I like to do this is I spawn into the world, I go to the blue dispenser to have my supplies, make sure to call for the healer every 30 seconds because we feel sorry for whoever has to heal, and then I make an arrow for all the items from this spike, and then to the eastern trap. Then, at the trap, I place as many correct bait as I can on adjacent tiles. This is because all bait, regardless of whether or not they are correct, have a lure effect and will still lure the runners to the trap. The only time you need the correct bait is for the trap to actually activate. The runners need to eat a correct bait at least one tile away, and this will be what activates the trap. Once the trap has been used twice, it will break, so you need to pick up a hammer and log from the middle of the map. The only time this roll loses points is if a runner makes it to the end of the map. So if you look like you're losing the attention of the runners, just place a long line of food directly to them. This way you can lure them away from the end and hopefully to the trap. If done correctly, you'll be the first roll to finish and you can go hang out with the collector who's probably sitting there with a thumb in their ass. The Queen. So on wave 10, you fight the final boss known as the Queen. At the beginning of this wave, you played the game properly, but after all the minions have been killed, the Queen will appear from the floor. Make sure to remain close to the green pool so the healer can heal you. Here, you need to remember Chad. C-H-A-D. So first, the collector collects a yellow egg. The collector then hands the egg to the healer, who places the egg in a poison pool at the edge of the map. The healer then hands the egg to the attacker, who attaches a spike, also found at the edges of the map. The attacker then hands the egg to the defender, who dips the egg in lava, who then hands it back to the collector. C-H-A-D. If you're newish to the game, you'll do this with 8 eggs in total, and the collector will put the eggs in the cannon and you'll all fire. If you're a little more experienced and someone in the team is asking 1 egg, you'll do it this way. The collector will stand 1 tile away from the cannon, while the 3 other members, excluding whoever is the host of the game, the host cannot be a part of this because coding, I guess, but as the collector puts the egg in the cannon, the other 3 spam the Omega button, and if done correctly, the Queen will die in a single egg. Now, you walk up to the Commander Trade Boy and you risk it all for a higher gamble. God damn it.